In this video, we will once again be looking at more angry comments who are completely unable to argue their points. Yeah, it has been a very long time since I've done one of these. The last one was like December last year, but this time I got quite a bit of them under that Clam Rally point system video, so I figured, why not milk this shit for all the ad revenue it's realistically worth. I mean, that video did spark some pretty funny reactions in general, like some fucking furries making videos about how they like wanna kill me or some shit like that, which, you know, typical furry devolution, so not very surprising there. Not like there's any value in all that shit, other than milking it for ad revenue. So let's sit back and relax as we dive into some more angry fanboys, starting with this guy.
I wasn't sent here by no name here. I came voluntarily to tell you this video is mid.
Speaking of angry fanboys, looks like we have a perfect descriptor right here. I can't remember if this was before or after my response to no name here, but it perfectly proves a point I made at the end of that video. Oh yeah, by the way, this guy spammed, I don't even know how many of these same comments under different reply threads. I think it's like 4 or some shit. And not once did he try to argue against a single point made in that video. So yeah, perfect example of a pathetic loser with no life, desperate to deflect criticism over his favorite fake internet personality.
Just saying, do you actually care about making a good video with good criticism, which this video isn't?
Damn dude, that's a pretty bold claim to make. Do you maybe have any counterpoints to prove your point? Oh, what's that? You don't, because you're talking straight out of your ass? Yeah, that checks out if I'm being honest.
Or is this just for views?
Wow, dude, getting views on YouTube? It's almost like that's the whole point of the fucking platform in the first place. This is how I know this dude has been dropped on his head as a child.
Cause I've seen your replies and there are others' comments on here, and it shows
you're so immature. It's unreal. I find your lack of self-awareness disturbing. Yes, if someone says something stupid, I'm gonna call it stupid. What, you want me to lie and say you're smart when you very clearly aren't? That goes to no one's benefit and especially not yours. Tell me you're sheltered without telling me you're sheltered.
Damn,
Bro, looks like a soy boy. This steak aged like milk. Boomer laughing emoji. And your channel's dead XD. Bro, what the actual fuck was that shit? Yeah, you thought I was joking when I said YouTube comment sections are filled with social rejects, like holy shit. Also, keep in mind, we're like, what, three or four comments deep, and we are still yet to see a single argument. Well, why don't we run it back and give one of these retards a second shot? And would you look at that? It's the first retard that came to voluntarily crusade in the comment section. They should be fun.
Criticism is defined. Criticism has a meaning. Criticism is not a meaningless word.
A fact that is clearly lost on this guy. Also, I think this is in response to me saying that I'm having fun in my videos or some shit like that. Shows you how desperate this dude is for attention, so here we go, man. You can have all the attention you want. Just not sure if it's the kind of attention you want.
There's a difference between having fun and
defamation slash disinformation. No, guys, he's got a point. See, my video is a great example of presenting criticism while also having fun. And this guy's entire cope session is a perfect example of disinformation, as he is lying to ignore every piece of criticism presented to push his little headcanon. It's kinda sad, honestly. Synthetic man did nothing wrong. Ah yes, a loud and proud racist did nothing wrong. Bait used to be believable, you know.
Bro, did you just defend SBMM? What an ass!
And as if my point about the internet being built on confirmation bias wasn't clear enough, there you go. Because simply mentioning that SBMM exists is somehow equivalent to defending it. Although I will say one thing. If you're bitching that you cannot play against people on your own skill level or higher, then it's time to quit PvP games in general. Straight up. And cope about that one however you will.
Damn, your voice is like nails on a chalkboard.
Why, thank you. I try.
Clam Rally is one of the chillest
guy on YouTube. Oh yeah, dude, totally. Which is why he goes out of his way to cope on unrelated videos about being offhandedly mentioned in a description of a different video. Because people who are chill and don't search for their own name 5 times a day totally do that, am I right? But even if he is chill, that doesn't mean shit. It's a little something we call virtue signaling, and it's a fallacious arguing tactic for a reason.
And he doesn't force his opinion or claim he's right and every other opinion is wrong.
Then all the more reason to participate in the discussion, wouldn't you agree? And also, you gotta love that, oh, it's more his opinion, because that's totally not a logical fallacy too. Sorry to break it to you, but my video tackles actual, non-opinionated information he presented, which can be, and in this case is, flawed and or factually incorrect. Lupus in fabula,
like you're doing in this video.
And you know what, let's keep the ball rolling just to prove a point here. Now this is something we call a straw man, as if you watched that video, you will have noticed that not only did I not argue opinions, but I also explicitly stated that his personal dislike of the old point system wasn't the issue, nor what I was arguing. So we can also add cherry-picking statements to the ever-growing list. I mean, if I did what he accused me of here, you'd think he'd maybe have a source to back up his claim. But we all know what his source is.
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Your channel gimmick is just, this guy says something I don't like, he's wrong, do better.
And since we're on the topic of logical fallacies, ignoring how this is yet another lie, this is also something called tone policing, which is a type of an ad hominem fallacy because he is not actually tackling any of my arguments, and is just bitching about the tone and trying to use it as some personal attack. Yeah. 3 fucking sentences and more logical fallacies than I'm willing to count. So I hope you can now perfectly see that if I wanted to dissect all these comments into the smallest details, I absolutely could. Which is why, when you argue with facts and not emotions.
Pathetic, this video is.
Because when you argue with emotions, you look like this guy we just read. Civil discussion doesn't mean jack fucking shit if you're dismissing every point which you don't like the tone of, or get personally insulted by the most meaningless shit like video game discussions. It's why those arguing tactics are considered logical fallacies. The sooner these retards realize that, the better it will be for them specifically. And I think that's a pretty good place to end it off. So yeah, I guess the moral of the story here is, my video bad because they say so. So yeah, a decently old video with pretty funny reactions, so not much to complain about. I hope you did enjoy it. Be sure to like and subscribe to boost me in the algorithm. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.